I'm Chef Jasper, and today we are in the kitchen preparing one of my favorite dishes. You know, I love mozzarella. That's really a big part of my life. And I love Caprese salad. Today I've combined it with chicken for a chicken Caprese. You're gonna love it. So let's start off. We're gonna put a little bit of butter and just a little bit of olive oil in a pan. We don't want it to burn. This is kind of my secret. Look at the butter. It calms down when you add the olive oil. And that's it. We're going to take this off the fire now just for a minute. And here I have these beautiful chicken breasts. They're already tenderized. Look at this. And it's so easy to work with. All we're going to do is just cut them in half. Now, you may want to dip in a little bit of flour, but that's okay. You really don't have to. Our fire is really hot enough at this point. We're going to put the chicken breast right in there. We'll grab another one here. No work at all. I don't think it gets any easier. And I love how perfectly thin this is, and you can just know it's going to be tender. So we'll just let those cook a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of salt to each side. Let that sit for just a few minutes. Oh, the flavor right now, because the butter and the olive oil together. And we're talking Caprese, so what does really Caprese mean? It means that we're going to put some tomatoes on there, we're going to put some chicken on there, and I'm going to finish it with a little bit of arugula salad. That's just so simple and delicious, but so easy to prepare. You're going to think you've been in the kitchen all afternoon cooking a dish that really you'll finish in a few minutes. We don't really want to brown these all the way, you know. It doesn't matter because I'm cooking the chicken right now, browning it. But once I put the tomato on here and we let it sit in the pan, it's so thin with this tenderized chicken, it's going to cook, I mean, a lot quicker than you actually think. All right, a little salt on this side, not much. Now, I love basil, and basil's a big part of Caprese. So what I'm going to do, I like the basil next to the chicken. And as I see the chicken cooking, I can kind of tell we're almost, you know, at a point where, and especially this piece was a little bit smaller, so you know it's going to cook a little quicker. But I can kind of tell when my chicken is cooking, maybe a couple more minutes here. And then I'm going to put the basil next to the skin and kind of let it melt in there. It's going to infuse a lot of flavor. And oh my gosh, I could smell the basil here right now. So while the chicken is sauteing, let's do a little prep work here. Beautiful tomatoes. We're going to slice for our Caprese. And at the last minute here, I have some fresh basil. I told you we're going to put this right on the chicken. Just lay it right onto the cover. And we'll put our tomatoes right on top of this. A little salt on top of that. A touch of cracked pepper. Let that continue to cook just another minute or so. Now, at this point, you really want to do something special, and you're not adding a lot of calories to the dish. Deglaze the pan with a little bit of white wine and chicken broth. You'll have a little more flavor, and if you like a sauce, but this is the original way to prepare it. Okay, those tomatoes are really starting to cook a little bit. Yes, they'll really cook when I put the lid on here. So we're just about a minute away. I'm going to actually cut some mozzarella to put right on top. Oh my gosh, just look at that. Talk about flavor. It looks like insalata caprese right now. And at this point, we'll just put a lid on that just to melt it. In the meantime, get a half a lemon. Of course, some arugula, or really any mixed wild greens are perfect. A little bit of salt, a touch of pepper, a drizzle of olive oil right on top. And we're going to add this when we plate it. Let's just take the lid off of this. Plate the chicken now. Look at that cheese. You know it's just melted just perfect. And at this point, we'll just mix this arugula with the lemon and olive oil. You can even use orange or even grapefruit in there. Place it right on top. And there you have it. Chicken caprese, a dish I would be honored to serve my family and friends. Brought to you by Hen House Markets.